I want to go over one more dictionary example here. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's do the following. Create dictionary with students as keys and multiple test grades as values. Okay, how am I going to do that? Okay, well, multiple is key here. Ampersand is great for saving a little space. Okay, moving on. Oh no, get to the end of the line. Say sometimes I can overdo it. Anyway, how are we going to do that? So, well, let's just do one up. So student grades. I'll just give a couple here. You can pick your own values if you want. Okay, so who do we have? So I've got a student, Alejandro, and the grades are, let's do test scores, okay. 83, 99, and 100, perfect score, nice job. Oh, 199, no, 100 there. And then, oh, you guys see what I forgot already? You need those squiggly brackets. So that's what makes it a dictionary. If you try to run that code, let's see, Python doesn't know how to interpret that. You need the squiggly brackets, okay? Now it knows it's a dictionary. Shift enter, it's clean. Okay, well, we can add to it. Do at least one more. Alicia, let's assume these are alphabetical order, scored 85. Brilliant students, 194. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Simply this. I want to use a function, okay? I'm thinking, how can we do a function dictionary? So write function that shows most recent student grade. Okay, so there's a practical example. You could store student grades in a dictionary, Python dictionary. And now the values are lists, and the lists are in order. So say the student wants to know, how did I do on the last test? I'm going to write a function right now that does that. Okay, def, most recent grade. Code with me. Okay, now think about what should the input be. Okay, it's a little tricky, right? We've got some multiple pieces here. We've got a dictionary. We've got, inside of the dictionary, we've got the keys and the values. Well, my thinking would be that the student would come and say, what's my grade? And then that would be the input, the student name. So I'm going to call it name here. Okay, and then you want to keep in mind when doing this, well, what is name? Well, name, in fact, is the value of the, the key of the dictionary. Okay, and I will also say when you're writing functions, they typically, well, actually use the triple quotes. They're called doc strings. They're also for multiple lines. And so you could instead do it maybe like this. Write function that shows most recent student grade with name from student, and you could say it's the key, from student grades dictionary, that's standard shorthand for dictionary, as input. Okay, so now it's explaining with more clarity what the function is doing. The idea being that another programmer would know what the heck name is here. Okay. And then you should also state what the output is going to be. And the most recent grade now the value is the whole list. So it's last element in value as output. Okay, that is a doc string. That explains to somebody, like, again, anybody, how this is actually working. It can also be helpful for yourself when you're coding it. Okay, so how do we get that output? Well, let's just try to get it. Can we get it in one line? I don't know. It's a test. It's a test score, and we access it from, recall the syntax, student grades. Okay, and then I want to put in the name. Now, what that does is it would give the whole list. Okay, so it's very important to acknowledge. This right here is a list. Okay, that is a list. We can access elements of the list, right? Do you remember how to access the last element of a list? You put -1 in brackets. So let us try that. There's the list. Put -1 in brackets now. That should give the last number. Is that right? Let's check. Return test score. Okay, press Shift Enter. And let's say most recent grade. And then Elise, it comes up and wants to know. 94. Okay, so there's a useful function that uses dictionaries. Job well done.